The 2017 SODI World Series Final. This is the Super Final. 15 laps, stand by. Dynamite about to hit the bitumen in the French capital. We've got to start, and Caprice leads. Up into second spot from the third row of the grid, it's the racing Russian, Ventislav Vasilev, the Bulgarian, I should say. Vasilev from south of Russia, he's come from grid number 6, and he's up into second place. The field go up through the back part of the circuit. You can see on the big screen, we've gone green for 2017. Kevin Caprice looking to go the same way he did a year ago. He's the reigning champion in kart number 1. Spinelli in kart number 10 has dropped back a spot. Nikolai Varbitsalyev along with Vasilev. So the Bulgarians go 3 and 4. The field go up through the hairpin. 2 karts out on the dirt. They come around the hairpin here, they come for the first time, the race leader, Kevin Caprice. Varbitsalyev, Nikolai goes to P2. Vasilev, Spinelli is back into 4th. Kostadinov is into 5. Simon Delvan is in P6. So the Bulgarians run 2 and 3. So far this afternoon, we've had a victory for Slovakia, a win for the subcontinent of India, also a win for Bahrain, along with a Bahraini victory in the 12-hour endurance race. Currently a Belgian leads. I'm looking for the highest placed Frenchman. We've got to go a long way down the field. Kart number 25, Remy Achard. And also Sebastian Fournet, number 62. We watch them as they come through next time. The field come around, and it's still Kevin Caprice who leads. Kevin Caprice has got 4/10 of a second over the 2 Bulgarians. I'm looking at the big screen out of one corner of my eye and watching the bitumen out of the other. Nikolai Varbitsalyev. Vasilev is in P3. Adrian Spinelli, he's now the highest placed Frenchman. The local driver who's done thousands upon thousands of laps around this Parisian circuit. He runs P4 in car number 10. Paunov, Sebastian Fournet is back in position number 14. One of the front runners. He was on the podium throughout the heat finals yesterday. Sebastian Fournet, number 62. Watch Caprice this time round. Kevin Caprice has got 5/10 of a second over the 2 Bulgarian drivers. We cross over under the bridge. They've completed 3 laps. They're on their 4th now. This is the bitumen, which is white hot here in the French capital, as is the form of the reigning champion, Kevin Caprice. He leads Nikolai Varbitsalyev up the back by 5/10 of a second. The sun is shining, the tyres are up to temperature. We are racing the super final for the SODI World Series for 2017. Watch the race leader. The gap stays at 5/10 of a second between Kevin Caprice and Nikolai Varbitsalyev, who wants to win the 2017 Saudi World Series final here this afternoon. They go up the back straight. The gap is 0.5 of a second. Varbitsalyev head down behind the steering wheel, tries to make up a couple of tenths of a second. The wind's starting to pick up now. You wouldn't believe it, we actually had a bit of a rain shower here this afternoon. The Bulgarian is catching him definitely. Kevin Caprice will check the lead for you. You can see it. It's down to about 4 kart lengths. Was 0.5 of a second last time round. It's out to 0.6. He's actually put 1/10 of a second on him that time. Vasilev, Simon Delvin, the Belgian driver. Adrien Spinelli, the Frenchman. He's the best placed French driver. He's running in P5. Remember, we haven't had a French victory here this afternoon. Wins going to Slovakia, Bahrain, and India. The highest placed Frenchman at the moment is Adrien Spinelli. He's not even on the podium, and he's under severe pressure from the Belgian driver Simon Delvin. We try and measure the gap for you. The far part of the circuit, here comes the race leader. I need to see the board. I can't see it from over there, I'm sorry. I think he's pulled out a couple of tenths of a second this time around. We're approaching half race distance. They've completed 6. This is their 7th lap. Nikolai Varbitsalyev, he's 9/10 of a second. Simon Delvin is up into P3. The Belgians on the podium. He's displaced Vasilev. So the Bulgarians were running 2 and 3. They're still in second with Nikolai, but they're now in 4th. Adrien Spinelli, the best placed Frenchman. It does not look like we'll have a French victory here today. Can you believe it? We are in France. Adrien, we look at the big screen, he's running in P5, he desperately wants to get up onto the podium. As it stands, he's 3.7 seconds away from taking the checkered flag. Here comes the leader, Kevin Caprice, one more time. Race distance, and wow, he's just put 3/10 of a second. The Belgians running 1 and 3. The Bulgarians 2 and 4. The gap 1.2 seconds. Adrien Spinelli remains the best placed local driver. The Frenchman in kart number 10 runs P5, but he's losing touch. Vasilev is a little bit further up the road than Adrien would like. The driver from here in Paris has done thousands of laps around this very circuit. As it stands, he's not even on the podium. Kevin Caprice, the reigning champion, leads the way, and he's got 1.2 seconds over Nikolai Varbitsalyev from Sofia in Bulgaria. Here come the leaders one more time. We pass half race distance. Gap is out to 1.5 seconds. Kevin Caprice has put 3/10 of a second between himself and the Bulgarian on the last 3 laps in a row. He's walking away with this one. Surely he could not make it 2 championships in 2 consecutive years. Vasilev in P5, also Remy Houchard is the second French driver. He's running in P6. Not doing a bad job, but he's still 3 places at least off getting the podium. The laps are starting to wind down. If Nikolai Varbitsalyev is going to take the win, he's going to have to do something spectacular. He's 1.5 seconds behind, and the problem he's got is Simon Delvin, the Belgian. He's catching him and is about to pass him. Vitalia looks behind. He's coming under pressure. The gap goes out to nearly 1.7 seconds. Jaime Yachard and Adrien Spinelli, the two French drivers, go wheel to wheel up the straight. They're running in P5 and 6. Kevin Caprice, 1.6 seconds. Simon Delven looking to close in. The Bulgarians were running 2 and 3. Now they're running 2 and 4. The Belgians running 1 and 3, and they're looking like making it a 1 and 2 here this afternoon. Caprice, he's approaching 2/3 race distance. Here they come down the straight. Oh, look at Delven. Simon Delven's right behind him. Here comes the Belgian up the inside. The Belgian drivers go 1 and 2 in the SODI World Series final. Nikolai Varbisaliev back to 3rd spot. What a brilliant textbook move, and you actually saw he signaled to Varbisaliev, let's get on with it, let's try and catch my countryman, Kevin Caprice, the reigning champion. He signaled, let's go get him. He's 1.0. He's 2 seconds up the road. Nikolai Varbisaliev, the Bulgarian, just shook his head and said, I can't believe I'm being passed for second. They'll have to work together. They've got 5 laps to reel in 2 seconds. Well, they could use the peloton tactic of cycling races and try and work together, but Kevin Caprice is in a class of his own this afternoon. He leads by 2 seconds. The Belgians are now running 1 and 2. Here come the race leaders. Caprice, 2 seconds. Delvan's put, you can see, about 5 kart lengths between himself and Varbisaliev. 4 laps now remain. Oh, he's got it down to 1.9 seconds. Simon Delven is catching his countryman. It's only a 1/10 of a second, but he is catching him. 4 laps now remain. The 2017 SODI World Series, the Super Final here at Racing Kart Gourmet. The crowd watches on. This is turning into a nail-biter. Belgium running 1 and 2. Bulgaria running 3 and 4. The best place local is now Jaime Yachard in kart number 25. He's 5th, and then Adrien Spinelli. Wait for the leaders to come through one more time. Here they come. We'll gauge the gap, 1.9 seconds. He's got it down to 1.8. He's catching him. He left Varbisaliev behind him. Vasilev, Yachard, Spinelli. 3 laps now remain between Kevin Caprice and Glory for the second time in a row. We look at the leaderboard. Belgium running 1 and 2. Bulgaria 3 and 4. And the Frenchmen, they're 5 and 6. They're not even going to make the podium at this late stage of the race. Simon Delven up into second. He's got past Nikolai Varbisaliev. 55 has got past 47. He's catching his countryman, but I think Kevin Caprice has got this one well under control. Looking to make it 2 years in a row. Here comes the Belgian. In fact, here comes the Belgians. 1 and 2 they run. The Belgian contingent willing them on. Two laps now remain. And I can see our race director, Alexei, moving into position. We look over to the start-finish line. There is our race director, Alexei. He's ready, first of all, with the last lap board. And then he will wave the checkered flag. We've got a lap and a half still to go. The team from SODI World Series, the team from Racing Kart Gourmet here in Paris. But it's the team from Belgium running 1 and 2, the Bulgarians 3 and 4, the Frenchmen. They won't even take victory today. Final 4 won by a Slovakian, final 3 by a Bahrainian. Final 2 by the Indian, and the Belgians run 1 and 2 here in the sunshine of the French capital. Le dernier tour maintenant for Kevin Caprice. Caprice driving the wheels off that kart. Trying to catch him, the gap stays at 1.8 seconds. Nikolai Varbitsalia trying all he can. He's the best place of the two Bulgarian drivers. Spinelli Atzam, Pujelira, Kostadinov, Sebastian Fournet. He's in 11th, and the Japanese driver Sakaki Bada rounds out the 12. This is an incredible fairy tale story we are witnessing here in Paris. The Frenchmen will not win on their home bitumen here this afternoon. Here comes the race leader. He comes down the hill for the final time. Kevin Caprice is being caught by Simon Delven. He will run out of time. The final corner. The checkered flag comes out. Kevin Caprice wins for the second year in a row the Saudi World Series here in Paris. Delvan is second, then Nikolai Varbitsaliev across the line in P3. Remy Ashad takes fourth place from Vasilyev, and the Russian Benchuk rounds out the sixth.